I'm not going to stand here and tell you that we shouldn't carry out electronic surveillance. I'm sure you're just going to laugh at me if I say, or if I come with that kind of claim. There is no way to effectively police, there is no way to effectively secure the country as it is without electronic surveillance. But then, how can we ensure that electronic surveillance is done in a manner that is respective of human rights, that is respective of the principle of constitutionalism, and of course that is respective of the principle of rule of law? Whenever we're talking about the threats to rule of law in the context of Africa, and I like the fact that he particularly pointed out the fact that, look, when we're talking about threats to rule of law, the kind of threats we have to rule of law in Africa as a continent may not necessarily be the kind of threats that we have to rule of law in other parts of the world. We have different, unique threats, even though, as I'm going to come to discuss with you, we basically, all the whole world actually conceive of rule of law in a particular manner, like he has rightly said, basically a system where nobody is above the law. Whether or not you are a law enforcement agent, whether or not you are the president of the country, whether or not you are a bloody civilian like myself, nobody should be considered to be above the law. Everybody should ensure that he respects the law. And of course, it links to the principle of constitutionalism. When we talk about the principle of rule of law, we talk about it in the context that everybody must surrender his or her right to certain superior norms of a particular land. And when we talk about the superior norms, what is that superior norm? The superior norm is the constitution of the country. So everybody must be subservient to the provisions of the constitution of the country.